Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast. I'm Ella Gerdts. Thank you so much for joining us. This week we are highlighting some of our top stories from the fall 2025 semester. And of course, Michael Petraske will have all things Rhody athletics covered in this week's Rhody Sports Corner. For our top story, for the second year in a row, the Wall Street Journal names the University of Rhode Island the #1 public university in New England. Here's Eliza White with the story.
On October 1st, the Wall Street Journal named the University of Rhode Island #1 public university in New England for the second year in a row. I had the opportunity to sit down with URI's president, Mark Prolonge, to discuss the weight of this achievement.
First of all, it is a reflection on student success. Our graduates are doing extremely well. They are both achieving a lot and getting their careers started. And so that was really a reflection on that.
Many students and staff were thrilled about this distinction. They're excited to see the university recognized for all its achievements.
I think it's spectacular. You know, URI is so underrated in terms of it's our state institution. As someone who grew up in Rhode Island, oftentimes we think, oh, it's URI, everybody goes there. And we don't necessarily recognize just how great it is here.
I think that it's really cool. I didn't come to the school knowing it was #1, and to see how it's #1 and how the school is growing is really awesome because we are a really good school, and I'm happy that it's other people are noticing that.
I think it's really, really incredible. It speaks volumes to the talent we brought in, for the professionals we bring here, the students, the student community, the energy that we have, and that we're always striving to do better, on so many different levels.
I really came here because it looked pretty, a lot of the time. This is beautiful out here, and I love just all the national coming out down the quad. This is kind of crazy, and I'm so glad I'm here and my school does something like this. It's really cool. It's awesome.
When you come here and you hear all of the different majors that students are engaged in, and the work and the research and the things that they're doing, it's so spectacular.
President Prolonge also explains that this achievement means a push for new facilities, housing, and research, emphasizing the Narragansett Bay campus with their upcoming ocean robotics program as an example.
And then we have very ambitious plans. We finished our campus comprehensive plan for the next 25 years, where we're going. So that provides, in a sense, a very ambitious blueprint.
Students, faculty, and staff alike have expressed their pride in representing this university. I'm Eliza White with the Good 5 Cent Cigar. Back to you.
Thanks, Eliza. On November 6th, a press conference was held at the Martin Jacobson Performance Center at UMass to discuss the recent departure of URI Athletic Director Thorr Bjorn. Michael Petraske has the story.
After 18 years as the University of Rhode Island's athletic director, Thorr Bjorn has recently accepted an offer to be the new Senior Deputy Athletics Director and Chief Administrative Officer at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. ESPN insider Pete Thamel broke the news of Bjorn's departure from URI on Wednesday, November 5th on the social media platform X, writing, quote, UMass is hiring longtime Rhode Island athletic director Thorr Bjorn as the school's new Senior Deputy Athletic Director. A press conference was held at the Martin Jacobson Performance Center at UMass last Thursday afternoon, where UMass Athletic Director Ryan Bamford and football head coach Joe Harris-Simiak formally introduced Bjorn in his new roles. There, Bjorn shared why he made the decision to join UMass's athletic staff.
Football is really important to me. When I think about the impacts that it's had on my life and my personal development, this entire institution has made such a significant difference for me. And so when Ryan reached out and shared his vision, again, we've been friends for a long time, that's important, but to be honest with you, the reason I'm here is because of the vision he shared.
In that vision, Bamford had ideas of building a stronger team and support system within the UMass athletics program, and he turned to Bjorn to help achieve that.
And really, this is another big step for us to take to make sure that we're giving Joe, the men on his staff, and ultimately our student athletes every opportunity to find success. And for this program to go and be a championship program again, like we've known in its history. And so this is a big step for us to make sure that Joe feels supported, that we've got a voice in this building that can continue to add value and to be a great advisor and an advocate and ultimately help us get this program back where we all want.
Bjorn has already started planning for what he looks to accomplish within his first month at UMass.
When I think about my time over these last 18 years, that's one of the things I think I've developed the most. Identifying reasons of why you struggle and then working with the right people to figure out solutions and how you can make it better. And so that's what I plan on doing for the first month, and sitting down and really getting a sense of what there's a lot of great things here. So what's the good and what needs to be worked on, and that's exciting to me.
Read more about Thorr Bjorn's departure from URI in print or online at rhodycigar.com. For the Good 5 Cent Cigar, I'm Michael Petraske. Back to you.
Thanks, Mike. People gathered at the Rhode Island State House to protest against President Donald Trump and his presidency, thus far in what was called the No Kings protest. This event took place on October 8th. Casey Chan-Smutko was there to cover the story. Here's Casey.
I'm currently outside the Rhode Island State House where people are protesting for the No Kings protest.
Rhode Islanders walked half an hour through the streets of Providence to the State House, holding signs and wearing costumes. While walking, they yelled different chants referring to Trump himself and the cost of his decisions throughout his second term as president.
Rhode Island stands up! Rhode Island stands up! Rhode Island stands up! Rhode Island stands up! Rhode Island stands up!
It's important to come together and protest and fight for what we believe in.
It's important to stand up for what you believe in and exercise your American right of freedom of speech and assembly.
This has been Casey Chan-Smutko with the Good 5 Cent Cigar. Back to you.
A shocking social media trend made its way onto the URI campus during the month of September. Eliza White investigated this trend and the action being taken. Here's Eliza White with the story.
Back to school always comes with its surprises. This year, a TikTok account has encouraged students to participate in a urination prank on campus.
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's a good little inside joke among the students, because I'd assume it's something the staff don't know about. I'd hope it's something the staff don't know about.
We know, and we were aware of it. We've actually have an investigator assigned to it, so we're treating it seriously. It's honestly, we're treating it as a criminal matter.
Even though this feels like a silly prank to many, with TikTok accounts even being dedicated to finding the culprit, Deputy Chief of Police Paul Ritchie said that this case could be treated as vandalism, disorderly conduct, or potentially indecent exposure. This trend is happening at hundreds of universities and colleges across the country, meaning this is not an isolated incident for URI.
It's seemingly absurd, this trend that's going on.
I think it's fake. The water looks clear.
It's definitely fake.
Yeah.
It's funny for the bit, for sure.
I think it's so obvious, at least to me, that there is water bottle usage.
And some of the comments are like, that's a water bottle. And we've seen all the stuff that's everybody has seen about it. For them, I would say, be very careful. Cease and desist immediately would be my advice. That person could also turn themselves in and do themselves a favor and say, hey, if maybe it's more than one person, whoever's doing it, turn themselves in and say, hey, I didn't realize it was that serious. And then they'll have a better chance of working with us.
The search for the offender is still ongoing. If you know of any activity, please contact the URI Police Department. I'm Eliza White with the Good 5 Cent Cigar. Back to you.
Thanks, Eliza. For this year's Cigar Halloween special, newscast editor Morganne Judd and myself traveled to the Roger Williams Park Zoo to attend their annual Jack-o'-lantern spectacular. Take a look at what this season had to offer.
As you can see behind me, families are entering the Roger Williams Park Zoo to see the annual Jack-o'-lantern spectacular. Let's go take an inside look on what the fall 2025 season has to offer.
The Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular, located at Roger Williams Park Zoo in Providence, is a walkthrough of thousands of hand-carved, lit-up pumpkins set along the trail of the zoo. This year's edition invites guests to stroll through with pop culture and historical brain teasers integrated into the pumpkin designs. The trail is open nightly from 6 to 10:30 p.m., and the last opportunity to get to see the spectacular is November 1st. Tickets must be purchased online in advance. On weeknights, adults are $20. On weekends, adults are $23. Visitors will walk through a themed pumpkin trail featuring over 5,000 carved pumpkins created by the professional carving team Passion for Pumpkins Incorporated of Oxford, Massachusetts. I got the opportunity to see many pop culture themed pumpkins such as music artists, famous athletes, popular movies, and other fun themes. This year's show includes interactive elements like trivia questions shown throughout the trail. All entry is timed and online. Free nightly parking is available on a first-come, first-served basis. The trail is separate from the main daytime zoo exhibits. The pumpkin trail is the featured attraction at night. The Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular has grown into a regional fall tradition at Roger Williams Park Zoo and is produced in partnership with Passion for Pumpkins. The carving team is led by founder John Reckner. For full details on dates, ticket purchases, and additional questions, go to the official event page, rogerwilliamsparkzoo.org.
We've just finished the walk through the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular. I'm Ella Gerdts with the Good 5 Cent Cigar. Back to you.
Looking ahead, here's what's going on next week at URI. The Musicians Guild will be hosting their fall finale tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. in the Memorial Union Atrium 1. The URI Dance Company will be performing their Fall 2025 showcase on Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Edwards Auditorium. Come and enjoy student choreographed performances. Admission is $2 for students, $5 for non-students, and children under 6 are free. The Rhody Rhapsodies will also be hosting their winter concert on Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in the Edwards Auditorium. Join the Rhody Rhapsodies for a night of a cappella music. To learn more about upcoming events on campus, head over to URI Involved. With that, I'll hand it off to Michael Petraske with this week's Rhody Sports Corner.
Thanks, Ella. Hello, and welcome to the Rhody Sports Corner, your place for all the latest updates across URI athletics. I'm Michael Petraske. Football experienced some deja vu when it hosted Central Connecticut State on Saturday in the first round of the FCS playoffs. The two teams also faced off in the opening round last year, with Rhody emerging victorious 21-17. This year produced a similar result as the Rams secured a 27-19 win to advance to the second round, where they will travel to face UC Davis. Gerard Villemenay has the story from Meade Stadium.
The University of Rhode Island hosted Central Connecticut State University on Saturday afternoon, where Rhode Island won the game 27-19. The Rams hosted the Blue Devils once more in the first round of the FCS playoffs. Rhode Island was able to outperform the Blue Devils in the first half, heading into the locker room with a 24-7 lead. The Rams defense held the Blue Devils at bay until CCSU began a comeback in the fourth quarter, where the Blue Devils responded with a touchdown, 2 field goals, but had an extra point blocked. However, on the final drive of the game, Blue Devils quarterback Brady Olson attempted to finish the CCSU comeback on the final drive of the game on 4th down. But his pass was batted down incomplete, ending the game and securing a Rhode Island playoff win for the second year in a row. Rhode Island held CCSU to 71 rushing yards, and also holding running back Elijah Howard to only 35 rushing yards.
Oh yeah, we made a big emphasis this week, especially in our prep with him. Quarterback, running back, and right, I know on paper, right, we see the stats and we're the number 1 defense, but we really do feel that way. Rams quarterback Devin Farrell was 24 for 38 for 365 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, while also ranking 4th in URI history to have over 5,000 career passing yards.
Yeah, it was great. I think that's a testament to our preparation, the guys being in the right places at the right time, the O-line holding up, our run game doing well, so yeah.
Rhode Island will be on the road to face number 8 UC Davis on Saturday at 10 p.m. Reporting from inside Meade Stadium for the Good 5 Cent Cigar Rhody Sports Corner, my name is Gerard Villemenay.
Thanks, Gerard. As for some other scores and results around campus this week, men's basketball stayed undefeated at home on Tuesday with a 66-56 win over Ocean State rival Brown. Women's basketball began conference play on Wednesday as they traveled to Philadelphia to take on St. Joseph's for the start of a 3-game road trip. That's all for this week's edition of the Rhody Sports Corner. To stay updated with all things URI athletics, follow us on X at @cigar_sports. Back to you, Ella.
Thanks, Michael. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram at Rhody Cigar and pick up our print paper anywhere on campus to stay up to date with all your Rhody news. And find us online at rhodycigar.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Ella Gerdts. This is the Good 5 Cent Cigar Newscast, and as always, have a great week, Rhody.